Big guy here. Today, it's been a mess. I made a video a few weeks at least, and to be honest, it's getting harder and harder and harder to make videos because I feel like I'm spewing the same BS over and over again. And, I'm glad that some of my videos helping people out, but there's one, I read a lot of like men's self-help stuff, a lot of forums dedicated for, not so much dedicated, but more from the point of view of men and helping men out and things like that. And one of the few things that they don't ever mention, and it's kind of I think it's like an unspoken understanding that if you do X, Y, then Z should happen. In other words, it's like if you're the fittest guy out there, you make bank and you're a champion in the bedroom, right? You make her have orgasms every night just by looking at her. She has orgasms. That if you do all these things perfectly, the woman will never ever leave you. She'll never cheat on you. Have her on lockdown. Your life will be perfect. And that's a load of bullshit. I mean, there are things that go in your favor that help you out. But as far as being the perfect man, being, if you look up in a dictionary that had a realistic, appropriate view of a man, but the definition of what it means to be a man, and there's like a 50-point checklist, and you check all of them, below all that, there's a picture of you. It's like, this guy right here is the perfect man. Look at him. And there's this kind of unspoken belief that if you achieve all these bullet points, you achieve everything that you can get. Any woman you want, or the woman you're with will never leave you. And I hate to tell you, it's bullshit. See, the thing is, you can do absolutely everything right in life and still lose in a given moment. And you can do absolutely everything wrong in life and still win. It happens. Everyone has those stories. But that's kind of what makes life. It's unpredictable. There are things that happen. And finally, there are two parts of an equation. Especially when it comes to a relationship, you have part A, the man, part B, the woman. It takes two people to be in a relationship, and no matter how perfect the man is, a woman can always decide to dip out for whatever ungodly reason she has. And on that same flip side, no matter how imperfect a man is, that woman can choose to stay with him no matter what. So, as a man, you can't control the other factor. All you can control is you. All you can control are things about you. All you have to worry about is what you can do, and you can't focus on what you can't do. You can't focus on what she does or does not want. You can't focus on how she feels. All you can focus on is who you are, what you are, and what you're striving towards. And if she doesn't want to be a part of that, I mean, yeah, it hurts because a lot of times, you really do love the woman, you invest a lot in her, but if she doesn't want to be a part of you in your life, you cut the cords and move on. And I really hate to say this, but there's other women out there. And if you are on your purpose, you are, taking care of your health, taking care of your looks, taking care of your social circle, taking care of your finances. If you have all those bullet points on what makes a man, I promise you, finding another woman isn't hard. It's not hard at all. I know sometimes it seems like it's hard. I mean, it's certainly not as easy as another woman finding a man, but let's look at the flip side of that for a second. So if a man and woman breaks up, a woman can get on her social media, a woman can walk outside, she can literally fall into dick. I mean, it's there. It's easy for her, especially with how thirsty guys are these days. Jesus Christ, it's unbelievable. Like, you could have a woman publicly cheat on her man, publicly, cuck him. I hate that word, but, like, publicly treat him like trash. Like, let's say a good, hard-working man that's not bad-looking, that has a decent social circle, that, it's not an all-around, bitch. A man that's a man's man. And you can have a woman treat him like crap, drag him through the dirt, do a bunch of horrible stuff to him, run a bunch of debt, like really screw his life over, for no good reason at all, just because she's a bad person. And I say woman, she's a bad person in general. And even if everything she did to him is public knowledge, that she's a, giant garden tool, if you will, there will still be guys be like, hey, baby, I think you're hot, I'll take you out. Even though this chick is horrible to a good man, there are guys out there that still want to bet her. And that's just the sad state of society these days. A lot of men don't have standards. So yeah, it seems unfair in that regard that a woman can easily find a replacement dick. But let's look at the truth of the matter. How easy is it for her to find a quality dick that will commit to her? I mean, seriously, think about this. It's easy for a chick to get laid. It is incredibly easy for any chick to get laid. But what isn't easy for a chick is securing a quality man's commitment. And yeah, that's where the imbalance kind of lies, because you as a man, if you're on your shit, and yeah, you're perfect, right? I say perfect, but as good as you can be. There's nothing you can do better. And a chick wants to end a relationship with you, you're going to find another chick. I mean, it's not going to be that night like a woman can. It might even be that week. It could not even be that month. But I promise you, if you have your stuff together, you will find a quality replacement. And yeah, it's going to hurt getting rid of the old one. It's going to hurt the stuff she does to you. But just keep looking forward to the future. Don't dwell on the past. Don't dwell on what is. Dwell on what you can change and what the future may bring to you. So let's say you do everything right and you catch a bad break in life. I mean, that sucks. A lot of people have been there. Some people have been in some incredibly bad situations. I've been in some bad, but nothing compared to what I've heard about. So here are the choices you have. You can either do the woe is me, this sucks, life sucks, everyone's out to get me, and just sit there and, bury your head in shame. Or you can be like, yeah, that sucks. Yeah, that hurts. But I'm going to move on from this and find better. And personally, I think that there is, a higher deity out there. I'm not going to try to get in religion to you, but I do believe that there's, something greater up there. That if you face adversity and you have a positive mindset, maybe he's doing things for your own good. Maybe he's removing bad people from your life. Maybe he's putting you in a certain situation so that you can get better down the road. There are a million reasons why things happen to you. But you got to believe that you'll pull through and get on the other side and that you'll be better for it. Not everyone's journey in life's the same. I know it seems unfair, but you can't focus on somebody else. You got to focus on you. Man, this whole video kind of got off on a weird rant. But the point is, number one, there's no such thing as a perfect man. I mean, you can try to be as good as you can, but even if you are the quintessential perfect man, a relationship can still end. A woman can still turn you down, and that's just life. And you can't be afraid of that. I mean, you can't be afraid of rejection. You can't be afraid of a woman leaving you. If you're afraid of it, it's going to suck both ways, but you can't live your life in fear of what may happen. You got to have your purpose, and you got to keep moving forward no matter what happens. Whew. It's a lot of stuff. What was the whole point of this video? Yeah. So I titled it, The Perfect Man. And the point behind it is I have a lot of people say, well, there's two reasons why our relationship, I say two reasons. There are two prime examples why our relationship ends. A, the man messes up and the woman's like, I'm done with you, and breaks up with him. Or B, the woman messes up and the man's like, I'm done with you, and is over with it. There's also the third option, which is kind of weird. When as a man you do nothing wrong, you've done nothing wrong, and the relationship ends, and you're trying to beat yourself up over the small things. Like, oh my God, I should have bought her more flowers. I should have took her out more. I should have spent more time with her. I should have spent less time with her. I should have done the dishes when she asked. Like a bunch of BS like that. And believe me, I've been there. You can spend a lot of time beating yourself up over this stuff. And important things to remember. The most important thing, a relationship takes two people. That other person can decide to be in a relationship with you, to stay in a relationship with you no matter what you do. So, yeah, even if you messed up pretty bad, it's understandable someone might break up for you over it. as a man, if you're out, cheating and your woman's like, I ain't putting up with this, we're done. Okay, I get that. That's respectable. That's understandable. And, honestly, I wish a lot more women were like that. That if a man's caught cheating, she's done with him. Period. But instead they drag this. Anyways, different rant, different story. But let's say that happens. And a lot of guys are like, how do I move on from that? Okay. Two things. Either A, if you're the type of guy that's going to bang a bunch of chicks, find a chick that's okay with it. There are some out there. Or realize, hey, as a man, you messed up. Forgive yourself for it and don't do it for the next one. I mean, yeah, it's going to suck. It hurts. But you got to move on from it. If you sit here, dwelling on the past, it's not going to do you good or her good or anybody good. If you're sitting here moping over me, oh my God, I broke my heart. It's doing nothing, nobody any good if you carry on like that. So you got to forgive yourself and move on. All right. Let's look at the next one. The woman messes up, the man breaks up the relationship, and it just hurts. Why did she cheat on me? It's just, oh my God. Yeah, it sucks. I get it. Like, it makes you want to throw up the thought of your woman, sucking off another dude, right? It's bad. It's horrible. But it happens, unfortunately, a lot. So, okay. And the funny thing about when a woman cheats on a man, it's never her fault, right? Even like a biblical proverb. An adulterous woman will, eat her food, wipe her mouth, and say, I've done no wrong. If that happens, she's going to try to blame me for it. It's going to be, as a man, your fault, right? And let me tell you something. No matter what you do as a man, if you're supposedly in a committed relationship, there's no excuse for a woman to go cheat on you. There's no logical excuse. Oh my God, I didn't buy a dinner. I'm going to go jump on some dick. Even if you screwed another chick, the appropriate response is for her to, be mad at you and get over it or break up with you. Her jumping on another dude's dick is not an appropriate response. That's just, if that's the case, y'all need to open a relationship up, figure something out, or break up. But there's no justified reason for a woman to go and sleep with another guy. So don't beat yourself up for it. So when that happens, you just got to call it what it is. You're dating a whore and move on. And if you, take care of your health, you dress a little bit well, have some good social life, definitely have some good hobbies, have a passion for life, that'll make you an attractive guy, and you can go out and find a better quality woman. And finally, the one that hurts the most, when you do nothing wrong and the relationship ends. That's the most infuriating one, because you're sitting here thinking of all things you could have done different, maybe, spark their attraction a little more. If you've done nothing wrong, and she's missing out on you as a quality guy, because whatever got in her head. Okay, look, understand that she's a human too. She's entitled to her decisions. She can make whatever choice she wants. So, if she wants the relationship to end, and you're a quality guy, you done nothing wrong, you treated her right, go! Like, bye! I'm sorry, I wasn't good enough. I'm sorry, you think you can find better. Like, go do your thing. I'll find a better woman. That's my viewpoint on it. And yeah, it's going to suck. Yeah, it's going to hurt, because no matter whatever time you've been with her, you might feel like it was wasted or whatever. As a man, as long as you're taking care of yourself, I'm talking about in all the ways, like spiritually, physically, financially, socially, as long as you're taking care of yourself in these ways, your value just goes up a little bit more as you get older, as long as you keep trying to improve yourself. There will always be options for you, good quality options, because it's not unheard of for a 40-year-old man to date a 30-year-old girl. It's not unheard of for a 50-year-old man to date a 35-year-old girl. The flip side of it's not that good. 50-year-old woman is, after menopause, their dating prospects kind of go downhill a lot. And believe me, I see a lot of older women that are pretty much miserable for their bad life choices. It's not a pretty sight. So, as a man, no matter what life throws at you, just keep focusing on you, keep focusing on your goals, keep moving forward. There are some things you can't control, and the idea that if you're the perfect man, you can have everything you want or nothing bad won't happen to you is just kind of bullshit. That's just lie. You just got to handle the things it throws at you and move on. Anyways, that's my rant for today. I hope it made a little sense to you. Thanks for all the views and watching. Big guy out.